Hey, what's up? This is Chris from Three Doors Down. We're here in D.C. at Constitution Hall, supporting our new record, Time of My Life, and this is the Time of My Life World Tour, first leg of it, and this is the second to the last show of it, actually. And we're having a good time. It's been a good tour, right, with Theater Dead Man and Pop Evil, and we're having a real good time, man. We're real proud to still be doing this after 15 years. We toured the last record, Three Doors Down was the name of it. We toured it for about a year and a half, and then took a year and a half off, and then started writing Time of My Life, which was a year-long process. So it's been a while between records, and it takes us a really long time to write music because we don't write like 50 songs and record 10. We write 10 and record those 10, and that's typically the way we've always done it. And this time was a little different. We actually wrote some things on our own and then kind of emailed them back and forth to each other, and we thought at first it was going to be a good idea. But what happened was a lot of things got lost. A lot of ideas got lost, and people don't keep records and when they send their emails, so a lot of riffs kind of got lost like that, just in transit and iTunes and in people's computers. And but a few of them made it through. One of them in particular is called Believer, that made it through all that process. And it was written in its entirety in music, and recorded in Pro Tools, and then I bounced it out and emailed it to everyone, and it just kind of hung around, and everyone kind of like had that particular one, and so eventually it made it on the record. And out of all the songs that we tried to process that way, that was the only one that made it through. So I guess what I'm trying to say that is it wasn't a really good process to try to write music. It's better to get together, but that's a really cool song, and it's a great guitar song as far as Three Doors is concerned, because we're not, we're not a speed metal band or anything like that. We just kind of do what we do, and we feel like we're really good at it. We write together. The band does always. We always have. This particular record, we did bring in some outside songwriters just because we'd never done it before, and we wanted to see kind of what happened. We wouldn't even have entertained that idea on past records, but for some reason we're just like, what the hell, let's try it. So we brought in a couple writers and wrote with other people, professional writers. Even though I guess we're professional writers, we really don't consider ourselves professional songwriters because that's not all we do. But we brought in people that's all they do all day long is crank out songs, and we got a couple good ideas from them. We got a lot of cheesy stuff because songwriters are they process many things really fast, and we don't. So a lot of it kind of didn't get used, but some of it did, and so this is the first record that we've ever had outside writers on. Three Doors Down formed after me and Todd, our Three Doors bass player, were in a country band together, and we played a lot of country music and did a lot of covers and things like that. And the singer in that band wanted to go to Nashville to become a professional songwriter, and so he quit and left. And me and Todd started jamming with Brad and Matt, and in the process of that, I joined another band, another if you want to call it a professional cover band. Does that make sense? That's what they all did for a living. Went to the casinos, we played every night, and I joined that band. I had to sign a contract, so I was in that band for a year before I got back into Three Doors. So they went out and played as a three-piece, and then when my contract was up, I left and went back to Three Doors. And but I was always there with them as a friend, and just kind of hanging around and just being a fan of the band before I got to actually play with them. And but in that process, they went and recorded an independent record, had Kryptonite on it. And when I heard that song, I was like, Jesus, here we go. This is going to be good. And I knew, I had a feeling in my gut that we were going to get a shot at this. And all we had to do was find the right person to hear the song. So we took it to the local radio station in Biloxi and asked them to play it. And they were like, nah, we don't play local music. And we were like, pretty please, and we'll wash your car, and we'll do all your little shows, and we'll do anything you want us to do. And we just built a kind of a foundation of trust, if you will. Like they liked us as people, and maybe they hadn't heard the music yet, but we just started getting to know these guys, and we saw them all out in all the different bars, all the places we played. And finally, after about a year of just kind of maintaining contact with them, they decided to play Kryptonite one night on a Sunday. They played it at 8 o'clock at night, and the phone lines lit up, and it was the #1 most requested song on that station. And they thought at first that it was our mothers and fathers and our sisters and our brothers, and it was, it was everyone that we knew was calling, but it was also people that heard the song, people from other states, and they just started calling for it. And then we went and opened. We got kind of hooked up with a manager, and we opened for Creed at the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana, and we played 5 songs, 30 minutes, 20-minute set probably. Kryptonite was the last song we played, and we mentioned that it was going to be our new single without even knowing if we were ever going to have a single. And the next day, it was the #1 most requested song on the radio station. They weren't even playing it. So it happened really fast after that.